Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 531, where Drew and I will be talking about comics originally releasing October 2nd, 2019, before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday. Drew, what do you have for me in the worlds of feedback and the world of comics?
Michael Lamb says, well, your question has been answered per Newsarama. Writer James Tynion IV and artists Tony Daniel, Danny Mickey, and Tomo Mori, Jesus, will take over as Batman creative team following the impending departure of writer Tom King. DC co-publisher Dan Didio made the announcement during Batman Day's celebration. He says, I like Daniel's art, but Tynion as a writer is pretty uneven for me. We'll see.
Uneven, I'll give you that.
I honestly hope they do more 2- and 3-issue stories. If I see part 1 of 8 on the first issue, I'm going to be disappointed.
Gotcha.
That's exactly my reaction. He's uneven, and he likes to write long stories that aren't as good as his mentor, Scott Snyder's. So I'm not as optimistic as others, but I'll check out a couple. It is Batman. I mean, I read them all, so
Yep.
I guess I'll check them all out. But I might be angry about it if it's not good.
You're going to flip those pages a little harsh.
Yes. Oh, look at this. Part 1 of 12. What? He has been very active on Twitter asking for fan feedback on what he would like, what we would like to see in a Batman story, and what kind of villains we'd like to see him interact with. And I mean, I think that's nice that he's at least asking our opinions, and whether he incorporates any of them or not is fine. And I think today he may have, I didn't read all of it, but he said something about getting back to its horror detective roots, which is probably an edict from somebody in editorial, but we'll see. That sounds okay to me.
There you go. We shall see.
You're fine with it, Kyle? You like the guy, right?
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree with the uneven nature, but I've been able to find some good stuff in it, so hopefully we get the good Tynion.
Yeah, a lot of times I've kind of confused him and Kyle Higgins, because there for a while they were kind of doing the same sort of stuff at the same publishers.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't want to. I definitely want to check it out, and I'm sure that the first couple should be pretty good. I would hope. But hey, he's been doing detective, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been reading that. So is it good? Have you been reading any of it?
Nope.
Yeah. So shut up. Don't laugh at me.
I was laughing with you, sir.
Okay, gotcha. Our buddy Wolf Warner says, hey, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur's last issue dropped this week. But trust me, we haven't seen the last of her and Big Red. The animated series is coming soon. Thanks to the creative team. Job well done. Well, Wolf, you've been their number one champion. I feel your pain. I've been experiencing this with Moon Knight, so sometimes the comics go away for a little while, but they come back. So
Marvel, not a fan of moons. You heard it here, Foos.
Breaking news. Anti-moon. Moonisms.
That's right.
Man, good call, Kyle. So hang in there, Wolf. And that animated series will tide you over. So we'll see how that goes. Aaron Churchill says, I am in a situation where I need to take a temporary, mostly, hiatus from comics. I'm just going to be getting a few from now on.
There you
go. If you were in a situation where you could only spend $30 a month, about 9 comics, which would you choose? Mine are 5 Years from Abstract Studios, Second Coming from Ahoy Comics, from DC, Batman Last Night on Earth, Harleen, Event Leviathan, question the deaths of Vic Sage. Batman Curse of the White Knight. And from Image, Criminal, and Pretty Deadly Rat. 7 of those are limited series, so my thought is to keep that open from ongoing titles and keep a rotating miniseries pull list kind of going.
Absolutely.
Only 2 are ongoing. Having to do this exercise really opened my eyes to what I really like and what I really want to read.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm keeping room on the list for Black Magic, Black Monday Murders, yeah, right, and Monstrous to get those when they show their faces again. Also, I believe there's congrats in order for James Tynion being the next writer on Batman. Any thoughts on Tony Daniel doing art and James writing? Yeah, we kind of did that one.
Yep.
Also, please share your thoughts on Wonder Woman Dead Earth #1. The Dark Knight Returns the Golden Child with Frank Miller. And he's on the fence about that. That's it for now. Thanks for the podcast and all the entertainment. Okay, that's a tough one. Well, we already talked about James Tynion, so we're not going to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, do you have thoughts on Wonder Woman Dead Earth #1 or Dark Knight Returns the Golden Child by Frank Miller?
I was looking at Dark Knight Returns the Golden Child just a moment ago. It could easily be another cash grab because it's going deep on the ratio variants into the 1 in 500 Andy Kubert variant.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a 48-page Black Label one-shot written by Frank Miller with art by Raphael Grandpa. Yes, I said Grandpa. I could see it being good. Perhaps Miller has more to say in the Dark Knight Returns universe, and if he does, that's good. I can also see DC saying, hey, Frank, we need something from you. We'll go deep on these variants. It's $6 a piece. Let's get some money. So
yeah. And I couldn't get through the last one. Was it like Dark Knight Returns 3? Or something like that. Search for Spock, something like that.
Yeah.
So I passed on that one. I started it, but I couldn't get through it.
But it seems like an interesting story. We've got a female Batman with it, so it could be good. Like I said, it just depends on if this is something that they had or not. Let's see here. So this is Laura, Carrie Kelly. We've got a young Jonathan Kent involved in it as well. All right, so maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. That's good stuff, I guess.
Joelle Jones on the 1 in 25 variant.
Yeah. Now, what about the Wonder Woman?
I didn't really see much on the Wonder Woman.
Now, the only thing that piques my interest is not the character, but Daniel Warren Johnson, who did Murder Falcon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, how's that going to work?
Yeah. It's post-apocalyptic, Drew.
Will there be guitars? Maybe. So, based on my utter and complete enjoyment of Murder Falcon, I think I owe it to Daniel Warren Johnson to at least check out this Wonder Woman.
Princess Diana of Themyscira leaves paradise to save man's world from itself. When Wonder Woman awakens from a centuries-long sleep to discover the Earth reduced to a nuclear wasteland, she knows she's failed. Trapped alone in a grim future, Diana must protect the last human city from Titanic monsters while uncovering the secret of this dead Earth and how she may be responsible for all of this. 1 of 4, prestige format, $7 a pop. Black Label.
She must protect it with metal. That's cool. Okay, now the tough question at hand. Okay, Kyle. Your wife.
Okay.
The wife cracks the whip on you, and my wife cracks the whip on me and says, "Okay."
This hits a little too close to home.
I know. $30 a month. You get 9 comics a month. Pick your 9.
All right, I got some continuing series. I got to finish my Lois Lane. I got to finish my Jimmy Olsen. So those got to keep going. I got to finish Harleen. That's an easy one there. I got to keep going.
Okay.
I got a couple Aftershock books, Deep Red, and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
I think I started. What the heck is the other one? I can't remember what it was. So those got to keep going as well. I gotta save room for Saga to eventually come back, because that's going to trump everything
but
here.
you don't have to sacrifice the slot for it right now.
Yeah, at the moment I do not there.
Right.
But I'm such a guy for grabbing the one shots and reading the first two that like at least 2 of these 9 would be Image firsts or Aftershock first, because I have to have those on there.
Uh-huh.
And then like I said, Harleen, and then I was also into White Knight.
Yeah. Okay. That's 9. I think. Yeah. So I'm doing Red Sonja. Doing what's in future.
There you
Don't
go.
wanna drop off that yet.
Yes. No, can't drop off that.
Man, DC. I would have to do Lois Lane and drop Jimmy Olsen, I think. Although that's hard.
They're a limited series. We're eventually going to be done with them. I want to finish them.
Yeah, I'll take Jimmy. I need to do Jimmy too. Gotta do Batman.
Mm-hmm.
No matter who's writing it. I need to do some Marvel. I'm gonna do one. Well, definitely Amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Spider books.
And I want.
Thank goodness.
But I want Tom
Silver
Taylor's
Surfer.
Friendly Neighborhood too. So that's 2 Spideys. Oh man. Okay, so I'm at 7 already.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got that Bad Deception over at Aftershock that just started was awesome, but I guess I can't do that. Guess I can't finish Superman Year 1. Fair Lady, is it over? Oh, Criminal. I gotta do Criminal. That's 8. I can't believe that. Ice Cream Man. That's 9. And I'm
You're
just
done, and you're getting
I'm
nothing.
done,
there.
and I'm not happy about it. I'm leaving a lot off.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be a tough exercise because there's obviously things I didn't even think of yet that I don't want to give up. That I don't even know that I've overlooked it already.
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't know what you don't know.
yeah, because I mean, Dark Red is great. I don't want to give that one up. I want to finish Doomsday Clock. So you telling me I waited 2 years and I don't get to finish it because it didn't make my cut?
Doesn't have your top 9.
Yeah, there's so many Image books that I like. Heck, I like Ghost Spider a lot. I wouldn't want to give that up.
Mm-hmm.
And it just started again. That new Pandemic that just started, I really like.
You're talking about books you're not getting.
I know. Yeah, I don't get to finish Beauty.
Thanks for everything but the last issue.
But I don't get to see how it all ends up. No, that's not. So Beauty has to go in. I got to kick one of the Spidey books out, and it'll probably have to be Tom Taylor. I got to keep the Amazing going. So I hope they don't start up a new Moon Knight. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you have to take something off if it drops another annual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a.
It's a world we don't want to live in.
9 is not enough. I would need. I could do 9 a week maybe, but not 9 a month. Good luck to you, Aaron. You know what you need to do maybe is take part of that and spend it on Marvel Unlimited and DC Universe, so you can read a whole bunch of stuff. Just 6 months a little behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's way, that'll only be like $12 between the two, and maybe you're doing that too. That's in addition to the print comics. Maybe that's what you're doing.
Spend a little time walking around your shop reading books and then putting them back.
Yeah, Hoopla. Get your Hoopla account up. You can read 10 a month from your local library. At least at my local library system. Some of them do more, some do less. Yeah, so good luck to you, man, and I hope it turns around and you can get back to being crazy like the rest of us. Hey, Just Joe is reading the Marvel previews that just came out and says He's talking about a Marvel bundle that's in there with a box. He says, okay, so if Marvel bundles 5 one-shots at $5 a piece, and there's a short box in there with art, does that mean that the box itself is $25? Because it's $50 total? Am I right? Is that the price of the... that's the price of a trade when it comes out. Am I mathing that right? Comics for Fun and Profit? Kyle, you have that in front of you. I don't have that.
I'm looking at it right in front of me. It's the Annihilation graphic comic box, and I can't tell if this is you're buying 5 boxes for $50, $10 a piece, and then the books are completely separate at $5 a piece, or you're buying a box with 5 books in it for a total of $50. I think that's a completely separate animal, and it's 5 boxes for $50.
So it's 5 boxes, and there's nothing to do with the 5 one-shots.
That's the way I'm reading it, because this is Annihilation comic box bundles of 5. $50.
Bundles of 5. And then the other one-shots are just on the other page. They don't have anything to do with the box.
Correct, but they're just featuring art from those books.
Oh, okay. There you go. Hope that helps.
Yeah. I, again, this is just me. I think.
I don't even want to pay $10 for a short box. Is it a short box or a long box? I'm assuming it's a short box.
Short.
Yeah. Nah. They are. I bet they're pretty.
They are. They're beautiful. And they got that deep black on the front.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Chad asks, he wants to know, with this push for diversity in comics, are there any underrepresented groups that you think will get their own characters or take over existing characters? Is there any underrepresented groups left that haven't got their fat people?
This is true.
Fat people don't get a lot of love. Hillbillies,
in comics or outside of comics.
Hillbillies.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of hillbilly characters getting their own books.
Muslims, we got a few.
Got one.
Yeah. And
maybe more.
A
maybe
few,
more.
I mean one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Asians. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of got their. Most of them have got their.
Mm-hmm. We don't talk much about Jewish superheroes anymore.
Oh, that's true. There was some kind of character not that long ago but I don't remember what it was now. We got Canadians with the Canuck, Captain Canuck. Yeah. And are these underrepresented? Probably. I mean, I would think overweight people are, and I'm speaking as an overweight person. I would like to see some more chubby guys.
I don't see as much spandex stretched over gullets as I'd like to see.
I would like to see more chubby guys in comics. I just think that's necessary. That's why. Who's Miles Morales' buddy, Genki?
Yeah, Genki.
They've shaved some weight off of him in recent.
We've got Keto Genki.
I don't like it. I mean, who we don't have anybody. So that would be my guess. You know, Kyle, you've said your piece on this.
Republicans. There are no Republicans.
Yeah, you guys have that whole. Was it Keen Spot?
Yeah.
Keen Spot does all those Trump books. You get that. You're fine. Ben wants us to know which comics would be in the C4FaP Hall of Fame. So I guess that would be from a all-time spec.
Or just enjoyment of reading. There's 2 categories here.
Oh, yep. We could interpret this either way.
Yeah. I mean, Hall of Fame as far as spec.
Let's take to be a Hall of Famer, you have to both be a spec monster and be an enjoyable read. So therefore, you put Saga in. You put Walking Dead in.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you did.
Yeah. Womp womp.
Right?
Yeah.
Those would both qualify, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. Manifest Destiny. Great read. I made a great bit of money off the first of those.
Did you?
Yeah. I sold the first 5. As soon as 5 came out, I sold those for like $80 right off the bat while everything was high. Made good money off those.
Those were lovely.
Lenticulars we made a ton of money off of, and I really liked a few of the lenticulars.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I wouldn't know if that. I don't know if it's Hall of Fame worthy.
See, yeah, I'm trying to find. I can't think of too many things that are both really great. I mean, Thanos made you a great deal of money and is a phenomenal book. That Thanos book.
It's true. It's true. And it's good. I mean, some people would say the Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't love it as much as others do, but I think some folks really like it. Yeah, I think it's tough to make the Hall of Fame if you're saying it's universally loved book and also spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
See what I did there?
There you go.
So
yeah. ASM 300 is a great spec book and all kinds of money, but
true.
Is it really that great of a book? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, and maybe we should start. Every once in a while, we should, when something does meet that criteria, we should brand it as a Hall of Fame candidate. If those come around, we'll talk them up.
Gold
both great
stars.
read and it made us a lot of money. It gets votes for the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Let's see. Justin asks what we think of Spider-Man now going back to Marvel.
Yeah, as far as the MCU, we've got Tom Holland back in the loving arms of Marvel with the deal, but this also leaves the ability for Tom Holland Spider-Man to be in things like Venom 2, according to this new deal. So we get all kinds of the best of both worlds.
But it's okay. It's still Sony's character. Always has been.
Yes.
It's never not been his character.
Yes.
They've just loaned him to Marvel, and that's what's happening here, right?
Yes.
So they're not selling them back or giving them up, and they're just not allowed. Are they have to make Spider-Man movies jointly?
Yeah, it seems the deal really gives fans the necessary closure of Spider-Man's MCU arc, one last solo film and one more additional appearance in some sort of crossover film.
Like what?
That does not help Sony launch the universe that will support the character for the thereafter be the Venom, Spider-Man, Carnage crossover that they're talking about. Because for Venom 2, we've got like Andy Serkis directing.
Ugh.
And we're hearing that Woody Harrelson will be Carnage.
Ugh. I don't like any of this.
And then there's talk of possibly having Tom Holland make an appearance, if not play a pivotal character in that.
But that's in Sony's movie. That's his own.
Correct.
That's their movie.
Correct.
And of course they could have their characters in their own
By making
movies.
this thing, they've left it so that the Tom Holland version can still do the Sony property stuff as well as finish his MCU arc stuff.
2 more.
But maybe not. But it's an option.
2 more optioned. Or
for MCU, yes. Another solo, we get to find out.
So what was the last one? Far From Home?
Far From Home, and then we had the J. Jonah Jameson stuff at the end, leading us into the new world for him, and then he will cross over into whatever the new MCU grand stuff is.
Which is what? TBD?
TBD, yeah. Yep.
I was kind of happy when they stiff-armed him and said, you know what? You had your fun. Now he's our character. Give him back.
Yeah.
But one more solo is fine, I guess. And that means everybody comes back for it, I guess.
Yep.
And then what if they use up all the good Tom Holland and he doesn't want to do it anymore?
It's very possible.
Right?
Yeah. He seems... I think he's very well suited for it and does a good job. And
we don't know the terms of the deal, like if it's shared money on the back end or whatever, or it's just all up front.
Unfortunately, I know nothing.
Yeah. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm so tired of this. I'm really tired of this back and forth stuff with. Who cares? You sold Fantastic Four, you sold X-Men, you sold Spider-Man. Move on. You got another characters. Just do that stuff. You don't need Spider-Man. I don't understand what the big deal is, but I'll watch it. I watched all the others, so I'll watch that one too. Kyle, I'm assuming you're happy about this?
Yeah, can't wait.
Okay. You're allowed.
I'm sorry.
I will grant you.
I'm sorry I like things.
But didn't you like the Sony Spider-Man?
No.
You didn't like any of them?
They were okay.
Oh. They were good for the time. We look back on some of the MCU movies, and they're like, eh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm with you.
So time always makes a difference.
This is true.
Let's look at FOC, man.
FOC is, of course, the final order cutoff. It's our last opportunity to add a few books to our order, take a few books off, see some art, and do some other additional things with our orders just a few weeks out. So, all is not lost. If we didn't quite make that decision upon the previews look, we still have the chance to get it done now. Our lovely list of FOC books that are due by midday on Monday is wonderfully curated by our friend Eric at Cowabunga Comics. He's shot us over a list today. We do not have the 4 lifted to the top books that Eric usually highlights for us. So, Drew, it's all on you and I today to find out what the best items are on this here FOC. So let's jump on in.
Yeah, under Dark Horse, we've got Count Crawley, Reluctant Monster Hunter, 1 of 4, by David. I should let you pronounce this one. David Dasmalchain. The art by
David Dasmalchain
and Lucas Kettner on art and cover. It's about an aspiring reporter, Jerry Bartman, furious when she's demoted to hosting the nightly creature feature at her small town TV station. Now, you were too young for Fritz the Night Owl, like when creature features on Channel 10 back when we were young, right?
Correct.
You don't remember that at all?
Correct.
Okay, I remember that vaguely. They were like B movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like this weird dude from Central Ohio, like Columbus, it was almost like a public access show, but it was pretty wild. It was when there was nothing else on, and we had 2 channels, so
this is true.
It was worth it. I don't know. What do you think about this? It might be worth checking out.
I was gonna say it seems fairly interesting. Could be something there.
I missed this completely.
1 of 4.
Yeah, I missed it completely during the pre-order cycle. So
yeah,
it seems a little interesting to me. Anything else in Dark Horse?
Perfect for Halloween. Yeah, that's all for me in Dark Horse.
Do you got in DC anything? You read any of these Year of the Villain books?
I haven't delved into any of them yet.
I skimmed a couple, but they just don't do it for me.
Yeah.
Harleen, I read. This is Harleen 2's in here, and that cover's beautiful, of course.
Yeah.
I read the first issue of this. It was a long one. It's a lot of pages. But Stepan Sajic's art and panel layouts are really amazing.
Yeah.
Do you remember that Batwoman book that we read back in the New 52 era that was like, I think the artist was J.H. Williams III?
Yeah, I remember that. Absolutely.
And you know how he always do these really cool layouts that would be
like one long, super wide panel and then the big splash. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like made up of teeth or something. The panels would be made up of teeth or like a batarang or something.
Yeah.
He does a lot of that sort of thing in this. So it's really inventive panel layouts. And so that's really cool. And the art is what you see on the cover. Just fantastic art throughout. The story is pretty much what you know so far. A little decompressed with what led up to her getting to Arkham, but no real surprises so far. And it does make you feel some sympathy for Harley Quinn, which you shouldn't, because she's a murderer.
But she's the Stockholm Syndrome child, so
yeah. But a beautiful book.
Yeah. I'm going to take you back up a little bit to Batman Curse of the White Knight #4, specifically the variant edition.
Okay.
and you get a dope Alfred cover. You don't get many Alfred covers.
Oh, wow.
This is a very cool Alfred cover, so that's worth having.
That is cool. And Sean Murphy. I love his art.
And I also really like Detective Comics 114, Year of the Villain. The variant cover on that is cool. We've got Doug Mankey and Jamie Mendoza on that cover, and it looks like a very cool version of Mr. Freeze that you don't see very often. So
Very cool.
just a couple nice covers I really like on this one. But in that, I'm out of DC.
The Joker Killer Smile is nice. It's Jeff Lemire in the writing,
yeah.
and there's a Carrie Andrews cover that is, there are plenty of folks that are Joker cover collectors. So it's a good month for them.
It's true.
Yeah, a good FOC for them. They're enjoying this. There are also looks like some local comic shop day books in here
Yes.
on FOC.
Mm-hmm.
Are those previously solicited, or are those just for local comic shop day? I know I asked this last year,
Yeah.
and I don't
They're
think
normally limited in their local comic book shop days, specific stuff. That is a cool deceased hardcover.
Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, we've got the deceased hardcover. We've got Legion of Superheroes #1, which is an $8 book. Do we have any other LCSDs?
Yeah, up here we got the LC Hazel and Cha Cha Save Christmas. That's
What?
Dark Horse. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't have to just be DC, does it?
Yeah, it's just those two DCs for the local comic shop day.
Ah,
And IDW has a Crow Hark the Herald by Seeley.
okay. So it's a Christmas
One shot, yeah.
about the Crow. And Tim Seeley will just write anything. Just, hey man, can you write the phone book for me? Sure, man, give it to me. Nothing else in IDW either.
Yeah, nothing else in IDW. Down to Image.
Now we have a local comic shop day. Philadelphia #1.
Mm-hmm.
Super Dinosaur Special Edition. And Walking Dead Alien, which is the Brian K. Vaughan book.
Yeah, in print for the first time.
Yeah, so this is pretty...
Mark me down for one of those.
$8? You're
Six.
killing me, Smalls. You gotta be...
8? I thought it was 6.
Oh,
it's
6.
8. When I click on it, it says 6. Come on, what are we doing here?
Ah, I see. it's retails for 6, but Eric wants 8 for it.
We got to ship these things special.
Well, we'll have to see about that one.
First time in print, but is it the last time in print?
Probably not. And maybe that's just the local comic shop day version, and it'll be available.
Eventually, we'll find it wherever books are sold.
Why? Yeah, why is everything so expensive?
Sorry, old man.
So Super Dinosaur, I haven't read any of this since forever. I don't remember any of these, but I like the animation style. That Jason Howard is really nice. Philadelphia, I'm not familiar with. Rodney Barnes.
Super Dinosaurs, Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, but it's an existing property.
Yeah.
I mean, this was something he did before Walking Dead, I think.
Yeah, been heading directly to Amazon Prime.
Philadelphia is Jason, Sean Alexander, and Rodney Barnes. Yeah, that's interesting.
Very.
Some good titles there.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do a little research and figure out exactly what the deal is.
Yeah.
Are these just stamped with LCSD and then there'll be proper editions later?
Yeah, I don't actually see LCSD anywhere on the actual Walking Dead Alien.
Know that I want to pay $2 over cover for Walking Dead. So I'm gonna have to check in on that one too. Now there is an Image second printing for Safe Sex.
Yeah, already.
And it's a new cover.
Yep.
And it was a good book. I enjoyed that a lot. It was really good. Good concept. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted on a new cover for a second printing. You know how I am.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else we're missing in Image? That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Half their stuff is cool. And then we have Sharky the Bounty Hunter finishing up with its 6th issue finally. Yeah, there's some glitchy stuff in this form because the cover A is coming in at $225. Seems a little high. So I'll wait for the proper form to come through.
Yeah, I think we're just missing a decimal or a little bit of math on that one because it's normally $3.99. So we're good on that one. We just got a little bit of a hitch in the giddy up.
He wants $225 for that. There's no
if
wiggle room.
If you want that book, you're going to do it.
So yeah, if we slide down to Marvel, plenty of printings on Absolute Carnage, blowing up for 1, 2, and 3.
Amazing Mary Jane art germ. Oh my!
I bet it's good.
Yeah, it's good, and it can be yours for only $800.
Well, but you can get the Virgin for
exactly.
$239.
Yeah.
So there's something up with that too.
I think it might be flip flopped.
You think?
Who knows?
Let's not hold him to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you already have this on pre-order?
No.
Did we know about the art germ variant back then?
I don't think I was paying attention.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But yeah, if it's independently orderable art germ, I'm gonna pick one up.
There you go.
Because I don't think I pre-ordered it. And then Full Circle, Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle. What is the deal there?
Let's see. Nick Spencer, Jonathan Hickman, and more.
Is this like a younger?
Yes. Guest starring Nick Fury, Wolverine, and Peter Porker.
We should call it something different, so we could know.
Than ASM.
Yeah.
And who is these?
Call it Kitty Spider-Man, so I know.
There you go.
Make it easy for me.
All ages Spider-Man.
Now, I don't know anything about Future Fight Burst Luna Snow #1. Is this a K-pop crime fighter from the Marvel mobile game? Okay.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. Pass. It'll probably blow up, but I don't want to go in there. Now, Immortal Hulk 25, let me point to this one. Al Ewing has been on Twitter talking this up. Now, it's a $5.99 book, so added a couple dollars to the price, but he's talking about make sure you read it. You have to read this. This is essential that you own this. He pointed out that the final order cutoff was coming Monday. Make sure that this is in your collection. So something's happening. I don't know what it is.
It's a double-size issue.
I don't know how many to buy. Because I don't have this on order. I kind of cooled off of Immortal Hulk, but he's not done this before. Al Ewing, so I know. So I'm going to trust him once, and if it's really a big deal,
he gets one.
He gets one. But how many do I go in on? Is it going to be? Are we going to kill somebody? Are we going to introduce another new character?
I'd say a new character because we're billions of years in the future, according to the solicit. The heat death of our universe has come and gone. The Hulk is finally dead. Now, billions of years later, the ninth cosmos cowers before the breaker of worlds.
Sounds like a one purchase for me. I don't know. Yeah. And we hate the price. Did we mention that? We hate when they raise the price.
I mean, it's a double issue, so that's more than they normally give us, but still.
So, what is your advice for me, Kyle?
1 or 2. At that price.
And are you doing one?
Nope.
You're not falling for it.
Correct.
Cover A?
Absolutely. Because I don't like the Mary Jane variant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why would you go away from Ross?
Mm-hmm.
Now we also have the Incredible Hulk #1 facsimile edition. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I gotta own this.
Yeah, Grey Hulk on the cover.
Gotta own it. And I gotta have it and read it and not have to worry about thousands of dollar book in my hand. So yeah, that's a cool one to have.
Continuing the Every Mutant Ever variant on Marauders #1.
What's the deal there? I mean, how many would you have to buy to get the connecting set? Do we even know?
Yeah, I'm not real sure on that one.
Yeah. Be cool. That would have been cool, though, to have known that.
Yeah. The Local Comic Shop Day 2019 New Mutants #1 artist variant by Rod Rice is really cool looking.
So these are Local Comic Shop Day variants, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And none of them are saying like limited to 500 like they do some years. So these are just specific ones for the LCSD.
Plenty of stuff from Marvel. Anything else there that you had?
Nothing else.
What was it? There's a True Believers X-Men Quanon that I don't even know who that is. Not familiar with that person, that character.
Yeah. X-Men 17 from 1991. Down to Boom.
Oh, it's second printing for Something is Killing Children #2 already. It's interesting. I haven't read that one yet. I don't know if it's out.
And Local Comic Shop Day, we have some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Deluxe. Oh, we got more blind box. Limited to 750 units and backed by popular demand.
Oh, this is the what is it?
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers blind box
hardcover. Oh man, that's crazy.
175.
Pass. Vault's got a book called Money Shot. That's Tim Seeley and Sarah Beatty, with art by Michael Russell. I don't know if that's Kurt Russell, and art by Rebecca Isaacs on the cover. This is that one about ludicrously expensive space travel. I think we remembered talking about that back during the pre-order cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty good. Looking down through Dynamite, Action Lab, Aftershock. Lion Forge is doing some stuff, pricey stuff.
They have a LCSD 2019 version of that Catalyst Prime 7 Days, which is that Gail Simone book, with a Sienkiewicz cover. Ooh, but $10.
Yeah. Do we think this pricing is right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll stay tuned. Stay tuned for you'll be getting an email soon from Eric with the correct pricing, and you'll know more than us as you're listening to us talk, because we have an early glance at the form.
Yeah.
So it's not completely finalized yet, and you might have a lot more information than we do as you're listening to this and flipping through. Unbound, was that the Colin Bunn? No, Ralph Tedesco. was something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Unearth, maybe?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Mad Cave is putting out Over the Ropes #1 for local comic shop day. It's a Southern Fried wrestling story.
90s wrestling. Yeah.
And it's coming out a month early than its actual release, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if a lot of those are like that they're doing. You actually get them early because you're buying a local comic shop version.
Well, it sounds like that's probably what the Walking Dead Alien is. Too.
Yeah, you get advanced looks at some of those things. That's kind of neat, I guess. I'm not that big of a hurry.
More cheap than curious.
Yeah, I get the appeal though. It's kind of cool,
Yeah.
and it's really the first edition, right?
Yeah.
Everything else is a subsequent second print.
Yeah. We have down here the New York Comic Con 2019 Amazing Mary Jane #1 Ramos variant. Limited to 3,000 copies. Allocations may occur.
They must be sitting on some of those to check that out.
Yeah.
Unless it's ugly. Is it ugly?
It's okay.
Oh, it's black and white.
Mm. Anything else in FOC, sir?
No, there's a lot of choices here.
Yeah.
And so this is something I want to circle back to. And yeah, glad we have a chance to look at this again because there's some cool things on there and some tough decisions.
Very tough decisions, absolutely.
Let's take a quick look at Cover Price's top 10. The list for comics sold through eBay the week of September 26th. Number 1 is Spider-Girl number 59. Sold 42 units, averaging $31 a piece. And the reason for this is because Ben Parker, the child of Peter Parker, is born in this one. And if you're current on your reading, you know Ben Parker has made an appearance. Let's see, Captain Marvel 21 comes in at number 2. Sold 46 copies this week, $15 a piece. First full appearance of Big Mother, who is rumored to be in the upcoming Marvel. Got Uncanny X-Men number 1, back in the Marvel Now days.
Yeah.
122 copies sold. Double cover for these because this is the first appearance of Gold Balls.
There you go. 2013.
Yeah, you should have a couple of these in your box.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, they're somewhere around here.
Yeah, everybody bought these. Number 4, Absolute Carnage number 3, the Young Guns variant. $16. It's a Sweet Hulk Venom mashup cover. My Beloved Moon Knight number 1, Volume 1, comes in at rank 5. 56 copies of that sold this week for $20 a piece.
I'm looking at one right now.
Me too. Doc Savage number 1, Kicks number 6. 44 copies of this one sold for $10 a piece. And there's Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie coming out about Doc Savage. Captain Marvel number 20. 15 copies of this volume sold for $6. There's a cameo of Big Mother, who is the mother of Grendel. This is part of this whole Eternals thing.
Yeah.
I think I'll know a little bit more how to feel once that movie comes out, and I've seen it. Spider-Man number 1, the Chip Kid die cut variant. 39 copies sold for $6. It's an FOC variant for the new J.J. Abrams series, which has, of course, Ben Parker in it, and was fantastic read. If you haven't read it yet, it's great. Number 9, Young Avengers number 1. First appearance of the Young Avengers and first Kate Bishop, selling for $60 raw. 32 more copies sold. Got to sell those copies. Spider-Man number 1, the Dell Auto 1 in 50. 34 copies of this one sold. it's the Del Auto ratio variant for the new J.J. Abrams series. And they sell for $25 a piece. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Lots of good stuff in there. And I think now we can shoot over to our sneak peek.
All right, let's head over to previewsworld.com. Let's find new releases. Find October 2nd, 2019. And Drew, let's start where we love to start. Let's start with Image Comics.
There's a Cobra #1. I think that's not really a #1. I think it's had a volume or two before.
Mm-hmm. Cobra returns.
Yeah.
Or we have Dead Eyes #1, Jerry Duggan, John McCrae. This issue also contains previously published materials.
And the series finale for Maneaters, #12. I'm glad they finished it. It's been really fun and really inventive and imaginative book. I think it'll be a fun hardcover once it's all collected.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got a Manifest Destiny sighting.
Oh my.
New story arc. I don't know how long it's been since there's been a Manifest Destiny, but it feels like a long time.
Feels like a very long time. Nomen Omen, #1 of 15. I'm actually props and impressed that they're even giving us an end date and labeling it a mini or a limited series with 15. Was the kind of things you'd think they just start and then end at 15.
It makes no sense to me because they're gonna collect 5 at a time as a trade.
Yep.
They're gonna take a break between 5 and 6 to put a trade out.
Yep.
So by the time this is going to be out for 2 years minimum before it finishes.
Yep.
And why even bother to call it a limited series at 2 years?
There you go.
Makes no sense. But I agree they are being honest, which nobody does.
Correct.
So they should get points. You're right.
Spawn 300 going to a second print. Dope Todd McFarlane cover.
Any reason to get this one?
Nope.
If you didn't get one of the million covers of 300 and you wanted them, shame on you.
There you go. Walking Dead Compendium #4, issues 145 to 193.
So it doesn't collect 48; it collects 49.
Yes, over 1,000 pages.
Pretty great. Nothing else in Image for me.
Yep. Let's head on down to Dark Horse.
Ruby Falls, maybe?
Yep. Grendel's Devil's Odyssey #1 by Matt Wagner. I believe that's a continuing series.
Yeah. And the Senti, we never liked her when she booked it. Was she writing Batgirl we didn't like?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's doing this Ruby Falls with Flavia Biondi. But the concept looks pretty good. It's a sleepy town full of nightmares.
Neo-noir tale of love, memory, and murder mystery.
Yeah. Might be worth checking that out. I'll probably sample that one.
Down to IDW.
Nope.
Nothing from me. Down to DC. Facsimile of Batman 251. The old Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams.
Batman 80. It's about time for Batman to do something spec-worthy. I think we're finally coming out of the dreamscapes, hallucinations. There might actually be some action and stuff happen here, so keep your eye out. Could be another neck snap incident.
Yep, and we get John Romita Jr. and Klaus Janson for 2 action-packed issues. So this one and the next one.
Pretty cool.
The final issue of Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 3.
Not Flash Giant, but with a cover by Dan Panosian is really nice. Yeah. It only has 2 new stories in it, though. A lot of the other stuff is just reprints. But 100 pages for $4.99, pretty good.
Yeah. DC's number 5 of 6, the cardstock variant, is a pretty neat little zombie Harley cover.
Which is it? Deceased?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's Francisco Mattina. Man, that's awesome.
And the horror variant's really cool. I wish I knew horror movies to know what it even is.
I love this old Denny O'Neil Joker series. That was really cool. From 1975. A lot of good stuff in DC.
Lois Lane continuing. Superman 14 going to a second print.
Love the B cover by Emanuela, I think that's what it is. Lou Pacino. It's really, really a nice cover. I like it.
Yeah, on Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Alright, let's head on down to Marvel. Bizarre Adventures number 1. A lot of writers on that one, a lot of artists on that one. So, although this is another celebrating 80 years thing.
Ed Brisson is writing a book called Contagion. It's a 5-issue miniseries. Interesting.
Ghost Rider's back. Ghost Rider number 1, Ed Brisson.
Yeah,
he's on a motorcycle again.
Yeah, it might be worth checking out. Ed Brisson does some good stuff, so I might give it a shot.
House of X number 1 going to a 4th print. Holy cow.
Yeah, Powers of X as well. Also 4th print.
Yeah.
Yeah, another Spider-Verse. This one is Jed McKay. And not sure who the other Spider worlds are going to be.
But, I mean, if you go to a different world, you could get a first appearance of somebody. This is where we got our Spider-Gwen or our Ghost Spider originally.
And you got to get the first 2 issues because you never know. The new,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might not be an issue 1. It might be an issue 2.
There you go.
Nothing else in Marvel for me.
Yep. All right, let's head on down to Dynamite.
Yeah, we got Black Terror, number 1. This is Max Bemis doing the writing, the lead singer of Say Anything. And, of course, he did some Moon Knight issues and a great Crossed issue that I loved. So this is about Bob Benton, who has settled into his boring life of being a pharmacist. Daily routine, a coworker he has a crush on. These are the things that keep him happy. Creeping below the surface are his memories of being a hero. Struggling against his urge to fight crime, he is suddenly sitting down a path he thought he had left behind, needing to be a vigilante, ready to once again punch crime in the face and become the Black Terror. That's kind of fun premise.
Very much.
I'll check that out.
Anything else?
No.
Cool. Let's head on down to some of our other publishers, our smaller publishers. Once and Future King, 6th print, final print of issue 1. Issue 2 going to a 2nd print. Something is Killing Children, number 1, going to a 4th print.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I like that cover quite a bit on that one, too.
The D Ward from Keen Spot Entertainment written by Billy Parker and covered by Alex Smith. As a child, Xander Wiley experienced a horrific event which led him to a career in psychology. Starting his new job working with an old friend, the patients and inmates of the hospital will change his life forever. Personal demons can be more real than you think. Meet the inhabitants of the D ward. Look at Gutter Magic from Source Point Press, written by Rich Dueck, with art by Brett Barkley and a Fei Chen cover. It's got a kind of like a World War I vibe on the cover. But it says it's magic and mayhem in Manhattan as Cinder Burns finds the key to a spell that will unleash his potential as a wizard and grant him the magical powers he always wanted. The only problem, he can't cast a spell to save his life. So it's kind of interesting.
See, we got Catalyst Prime, 7 Days, #1. This is, of course, the Gail Simone book. We have the actual release of it. Sajik on the cover A there. I believe Catalyst Prime is an existing story, but I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, it's part of that, like that world.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I think it might be new. There was
there was
like a new comic book day version of it.
Yeah, that's what I remember talking about. That's right.
Free comic book day. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Dead End Kids #1 going to a second print. Talk about Gutter Magic.
I did.
That's what I thought I heard you talking about. All right. Anything else back here, Drew?
I don't think so.
Interesting. Yep. Nothing else that piques my interest necessarily. So, Drew, this is the point of the podcast where I ask you for your pick of the week. What's the one book to make sure you head on up, find, put in your short box, and hold on to for dear life?
Lots to choose from today. I'm going to go with Black Terror, the Max Bemis book.
There we go. And I'm going to go with the Catalyst Prime 7 Days #1, the Gail Simone Sajik Lion Forge book.
And there are some new characters in that, but remember that the free comic book day version also counts as their first appearance.
First appearance, absolutely.
Yeah, so make sure you get that too.
Yep. Good stuff. We want to thank you guys for tagging along with us for Comics for Fun and Profit through our sneak peek at next week as we jump into October already. If you found a book other than the ones that we found in this lovely pile of things that we've seen this week, drop us a line. Let us know what you think the book of the week for yourself is, or maybe even you agree with what we said, or you just think we're crazy for some of the things we picked up. Let us know. All of our stuff can be found at comicsfunandprofit.com. You can find links to our Facebooks, our Twitters, Instagrams, Gmail accounts, and all the other fun stuff. So we appreciate you guys. Love for you guys to be part of the podcast. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.